Hey guys, it's Scott here and welcome to today's video. In this one we're going to be taking a preview of all of the upcoming Premier League games for Match Week 2 of this season. So if you do enjoy this one, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below as it really helps out the channel. We are getting close to 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully you can get there. So if you are new to the channel, you want to see more, make sure you hit that sub button and also go and check out my other links in the description to my Twitch and my main channel. We're trying to up the production value and everything like that, the quality of these videos, so let me know what you think to the new edits that you're going to see for each of the fixtures. And without further ado, let's get into game 1 of this weekend. The first game this weekend at 12:30 on the Saturday to start everything off is Liverpool at home at Anfield to Burnley. Now, two teams with very, very different starts to the season. Liverpool getting off to a 3-0 win away at Carrow Road against Norwich the other day, and Burnley, unfortunately for them, losing at home to Brighton after going 1-0 up as well. Nice little comeback from Brighton there. So, yeah, very contrasting starts to the season. Liverpool looking strong. Obviously, they've got Van Dijk and everybody like that back. Their midfield's still a little bit weak, but they're getting better and stronger, and everyone's getting back from fitness. Burnley just looking flat, really. I mean, is this the season where they finally go down? Who knows? But my prediction, unsurprisingly, is going to be a Liverpool win. And I think that they're going to replicate the result from the other week. I think they're going to go and win 3-0. The first of the 3 PM kickoffs this week is going to be Aston Villa at home to Newcastle. Now, again, interesting starts to the season for both of these teams. Newcastle losing to West Ham despite being in the lead. They ended up losing at home to them on the Sunday 4-2. Whereas Aston Villa were struggling massively against Watford, who surprised everybody on the first day of the season. A lot of people were thinking Villa were going to do very well, especially with their new signings, but Dennis and the rest of Watford putting them on the plate and winning 3-2. So both teams getting a loss in their first game, not the highest of confidence, but Newcastle at times look really, really good, especially St. Maximin looking like an absolute animal. Very, very entertaining player to watch. And so this is a really tough one to call. I think this is going to be a very, very tight game, and both teams are going to be a little bit more cautious defensively than they were in the previous game. And so I'm going to go with a 2-2. Game number 3, we've got Crystal Palace up against Brentford. Two teams with very different results on the first day of the season. Crystal Palace ended up losing 3-0 to a very, very solid-looking Chelsea side, and that was without Lukaku. So not the best start for them, but they were away at Stamford Bridge against one of the title favourites. It wasn't going to be easy for them. Whereas Brentford managed to beat Arsenal 2-0. Opening game of the season, their first game in the Prem for over 70 years, and they stepped up to the mark and they showed the big boys who is basically here to play and who is here to actually mean business. Like, Ivan Toney absolutely smashed it. He looked like he was dominating Ben White the entirety of the game. So Brentford getting a great result to start the season. I think they're going to continue that. I think they're going to win 2-0 again. Next, we've got Leeds against Everton. The big return of Leeds in the Premier League with fans in the stadium wasn't really incredible away at Old Trafford. I mean, they lost 5-1. Bruno with a hat-trick, Pogba with 4 assists. Absolutely world-class displays from both of those. And Leeds, again, conceding 5, not the best, but they did at least get a goal. Everton managing to beat 3-1 Southampton at home on the opening day of the season. Very nice result for them, especially as they were pegged back at one point when Adam Armstrong managed to get a goal. But decent start to the season for Everton, especially under the new regime of Rafa Benitez. Many people questioning whether his style would fit the squad, etc., etc. A little bit lucky in the fixture that they didn't come up against a big boy, but still, you can only, I guess, deal with what you've got in front of you. So, Leeds beat Everton. I think this is going to be goals, goals, goals. Same with most Leeds games. They attack a hell of a lot. They can't seem to defend that well. So, I'm going to go with a 3-2 win to Leeds. Manchester City against Norwich then. Norwich getting, smashed by Liverpool 3-0 was kind of expected. Liverpool with Salah and everyone firing, doing really, really well. Man City, on the other hand, losing to Spurs on the opening game of the season was not what anybody suspected, especially when everyone found out Harry Kane's not going to be able to play. What are Spurs going to do? But big boy Son steps up to the plate, and Man City need a striker desperately. They look so lost without one. I know that their squad and everything is still incredible, but they just didn't have that focal point that they needed to actually convert the chances that they did create. I still think that they're going to be way too much for Norwich, and I feel like this is a nice bounce-back fixture to sort of get things back on track, and Norwich are just unlucky with their opening set of fixtures. I'm going to go with 4-0 Man City. And the last game of the Saturday kickoffs is Brighton up against Watford, both picking up wins opening day of the season in slightly unexpected circumstances, I guess you could say. Watford managing to win at home to Aston Villa, really, really good result for them, getting their foot in the door early in terms of points to make sure that they are in a good position to try and stay up this season, and Brighton doing exactly the same by defeating Burnley away from home. This is a really, really tough one to call. It's obviously very early in the season. These teams haven't fully got underway yet, but both getting wins in important games, even though it was opening game, makes this a very difficult one. So I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to be a little bit boring, and I'm going to go with a draw, and I'm going to go with 1-1. Now we have Southampton against Manchester United for the first game on Sunday. Southampton getting that loss to Everton away from home, and Manchester United getting the big win 5-1 at home against Leeds. So contrasting results, and I kind of feel like they're going to happen again. I feel like Southampton are not going to have enough to deal with this Manchester United side that have just come off the back of a red-hot result, feeling really, really good, really confident. You've now got a potential Sancho start in this game, and maybe even a Varane start as well. So Lindelof to Varane, and then Sancho in for someone like Greenwood. Not bad additions, you could say. And so when they're already scoring 5 without those guys in, and only conceding 1, surely it can only really go one way for Man United in this game. And so I'm going to predict them to win. Southampton, I mean, Adam Armstrong with a goal in the opening game, but still not showing too much for it. So I'm going to go with another big result, but I'm going to go with 4-1 Man United. Another Super Sunday game now, and we've got Wolverhampton Wanderers up against Tottenham Hotspur. Interesting start to the season for Wolves. Obviously, having Jimenez back is a massive, massive boost for them. However, in the first game up against ourselves, Leicester, Adama Traore was the one that all the chances fell to, and he was awful. And so they could have easily got a result, but unfortunately for them, they did get a loss to kickstart their campaign. Whereas Spurs, on the other hand, as we mentioned previously, getting the shock result of beating Manchester City before then losing the first leg of their Europa Conference League qualifier against Pacos de Ferreira somehow. So, yeah, bit of a topsy-turvy week for Spurs, but this is a really tough one for me because Molineu's a really, really hard place for people to go. Do I have the confidence in Spurs? Will Harry Kane be available to play? I don't know. So I'm going to go with a draw in this one, but I'm going to go with a high-scoring draw. 2-2. Entertain me. And then the final showpiece on the Sunday, we've got Arsenal up against Chelsea. Arsenal losing away to Brentford on the opening day of the season, getting ridiculed all week. It turns out that Aubameyang and Lacazette were out because of catching and being positive for COVID. Does that mean they are unable for this week? We do not have confirmation at this exact moment in time of recording. Chelsea now have Lukaku available, though, on top of a really, really good display against Palace on the opening match week. So Chelsea look like a very, very good team right now, and they've just added one of the most elite strikers in world football for the last 12 months. And so I can really only see this going one way with how well Tony fared against Ben White and the other Arsenal defenders. You've now got Lukaku up against them. I feel like Chelsea are potentially going to walk the floor with them. So I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea to win. And then the one you've all been waiting for, it is West Ham versus the mighty Leicester City. I will be going to this game. I will be vlogging it. So if you are enjoying the vlog so far of the games, you've got another one to look forward to that will come out on Tuesday. But West Ham managing to beat Newcastle 4-2. Ben Rama and Antonio look great together. Their link-up play is very, very smooth right now. You've got Soufal and Cresswell both whipping in crosses as well. They look like a dangerous team. Leicester, on the other hand, no bias here. We didn't deserve to win. We got lucky that Adama Traore couldn't finish his dinner. Obviously, our chance, nice. It's fine. We'll take it, basically. We get the 3 points, and we will take it, but a lot to work on, really. Do we think that Bertrand is going to be available to play? Because again, he was out due to COVID. We don't know. Timothy Castan is now fit and available, which is good. So we got a few bits and bobs cooking. We still haven't signed a right winger, so we're potentially going to be playing Perez again like we did in the previous game, and it's going to be tough for us. West Ham are a little bit of a bogey team. Never really enjoy playing against them, especially Antonio. He seems to always score against us, and with the form that people like Ben Rama are in, coming from pre-season into the actual season, I'm worried. I'd love to be really optimistic here, but I don't know if I can be after West Ham's opening day display. They did concede 2 goals, which is a positive for us, but they did score 4. So I'm going to be slightly optimistic but realistic, and I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. So those are my thoughts for this match week number 2 of the Premier League. Let me know your predictions in the comment section down below, and let me know if you enjoyed these little changes of having the stuff across the bottom. We will keep ramping up production value and stuff as the channel goes forward, and when I have more time to create more graphics, animations, and everything like that. But I just want to try and bump it up a little bit more and more each week. So if you did enjoy it, thumb it up, subscribe if you are hyped for more and more football videos. Again, go and check out all my other links in the description, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another one. Goodbye.